Y'all, I just read an article that got me hot. Got me hot. Talking about why folks don't want to be teachers no more. Going to citing some experts to try to understand why folks don't want to be teachers no more. I know. You don't need to go no goddamn experts. All you have to do will come to your homeboy first. Goddamn it, I'm the expert. I would have told you. For way less than whatever them so-called experts charge you. I would have told you. Motherfuckers done ran my goddamn blood pressure up. Now you like, well, God damn, what's up, Fur? What you talking about? I'm about to tell you. And y'all gonna hear my response. God damn it, you see my response right there. Paid teachers 100 grand. Shit. So I'm gonna share what I read in this article with y'all momentarily. But before I do, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. I am your homeboy First, and this is the realest, most entertaining show in the game. Put it on some. Again, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that share button. Y'all put all your people on it. Put all your people on it, y'all. God damn. This country in a fucked up place right now. God damn it, we in a fucked up place right now. We being led by a fucking immoral imbecile. And we have motherfuckers banning history in this shit. We have a teacher shortage. And these folks trying to act like they don't know why we have the damn shortage. You can't make this shit up. Can't make it up. I'm about to share this shit with y'all. Let me share it with you. All right, take a look at the heading, y'all. It says experts share ways to combat Gen Z disinterest in teaching. And then in real small print down there, it says Southern states in particular are facing a Gen Z teacher shortage. Now, as it pertains to Mississippi, it says in Mississippi alone, the percentage of high school students reporting interest in teaching careers dropped from 6.2% in 2016 to 4.8% in 2022, according to the Southern Regional Education Board. And then y'all see it goes on to ask, why doesn't Gen Z want to teach? And then they in the article, they talk about how Gen Z prioritizes work-life balance. Who the fuck wouldn't? Who wouldn't? And they mention the low salaries. Like, this is some common sense shit to mention. Common sense. You understand? I would say ain't nothing wrong with Gen Z. There's something wrong with the fucking system. Something is wrong with the system. You understand? Why in the hell would these young people decide I want to go through 4 years of college, maybe more, go into a profession that's vastly important to my community. Meanwhile, I'm going to have to deal with hella stress, long hours, because I got to take my work home with me. Motherfuckers say, well, you get weekends and you get summers. I got to do shit like grade papers during those weekends. I got to do shit like lesson plans during those weekends. I got to do professional development during those summers. Like, to try to make ends meet, I may have to coach some shit that I don't even know nothing about, just so I can get that little stipend that go with it. I may have to be over an organization just to get a little stipend. I may have to get a second fucking job. I may have to get a second job. Hold on. I don't want y'all to think I'm making shit up now. Take a look at this. And shout out to More Perfect Union. Y'all should follow them on social. You should subscribe to them on YouTube. They do great shit. Okay, if you're a working person, okay, you come from the working class, and you need to follow them. You know what I'm talking about? But look at what it says. It says approximately 1 out of every 6 U.S. teachers works a second job. Okay? Down further, it says 16% of full-time public elementary and secondary school teachers in the U.S. worked a non-school job over the summer. A similar share, 17%, did so during the school year. That's fucking crazy. That's crazy. So why in the hell would Gen Z or hell anybody else want to sign up for this shit? To have such an important job, to be having these children's lives in your hands. Quite literally, you helping mold these children. If a school shooter come in that bitch, you expected to put your life on the line to protect them. This is some serious shit. And you're telling me that I gotta go through all this, gotta get CEUs. Gotta get CEUs, baby. Continuing education units. I mean, there gotta be some ongoing learning with my ass to keep this damn job. And if I'm at one of these rough schools, I'm gonna be expected to break up fights, know how to handle kids trying to cuss my ass out, know how to handle their parent not supporting me. I gotta be ready for that. And when I get off work, I gotta go do another job to try to make ends meet. Fuck we talking about, man. You don't need to go no goddamn studies to understand what the fuck is up. You don't need to turn no experts. And they up in here in the article. Let me tell you what the goddamn so-called experts say the key to doing this shit. These motherfuckers say early exposure to teaching, such as tutoring opportunities and increased support from schools and administration, may help encourage Gen Z individuals to consider education careers. Okay, so what they're getting at, some of the people they interviewed in the article from here in Mississippi, some teachers. God bless y'all. Shout out to y'all. They interviewed Addison Stewart, a third grade teacher at Northside Elementary in Clinton. Shout out to that queen. But she's a teacher in part because I want to say her mother was a teacher and she remembers that. Yeah, she said Stewart admired her teachers and her mother, who has worked in the Clinton Public School District, teaching at Lovett Elementary School for 25 years. Then another sister in here, Anna Lee Roberts, or it may be Anna Leah Roberts. I'm sorry if I'm messing that up. Kindergarten teacher at Madison Station. She says she spent her childhood in Hattiesburg helping her mom and grandmothers in their classroom. So when you kind of born into the shit, like me, my mom was a teacher for over 40 years. My big sister was an educator for decades. You feel me? Like, when that's what you see, that plays a role. You know what I'm talking about? That does. But god damn it, if that's what we finna count on, that folks got a teacher in their family, that's what we count on. To try to get motherfuckers to teach. If that's what we count on, that shortage ain't finna stop. I ain't finna stop. Because some of this shit gonna have the opposite effect. Some of this shit gonna be like, oh, I saw what my parent went through, and I knew I didn't want to do that shit, Jack. Yeah, you gonna have a lot of that too. Cause these kids ain't trying to go through this bullshit for this lack of pay. They ain't. And when I say lack of pay, I'm saying compared to their counterparts, compared to the motherfuckers that they went to school with. Okay? Take me for instance. I graduated number 1 in my class in college. Okay? Ended up being a teacher. And partners of mine who were basically C students in school jumped out the door, fresh out of college, making more money fresh out of college than I ever would have made as an educator. They jumped out the door making $60,000, $50,000. And me having a bachelor's degree, I could have stayed in education for 30 years and I wouldn't have reached $60,000. That's fucking crazy. That's crazy. So you're telling me a person as passionate as I am, as intelligent as I am, as relatable as I am when it comes to relating to those students, no matter who they are, whether they're the geek in the class or whether they are the trap boy in the class, I can relate to them. I can do it because I'm that guy. I'm a geek and I've been around a lot of trappers. You feel me? So I can relate to whoever. And I know my text. I was a history teacher. I know my shit. So you telling me with that ability and my resume, my academic resume, oh, I came in this bitch. It's laughable. I first started teaching at in the private school sector at a little bitty Catholic school. I think I made like 23,000 some dollars. The next year, I was at another Catholic school. I think I made like 24 that year. My first year at a public school, which was my third year in education, I think I made like 32,000. I won Teacher of the Year that year. $32,000. And I was teaching my ass off. I taught Mississippi Studies that year, World History, and World History, excuse me. And then on Fridays, I would get outside of the curriculum and do what's called character education and just work on my students being great people. You understand? We had topics from August to December, topics ranging from avoiding gangs and making smart relationship decisions, how to deal with the loss of a loved one, all kind of just real shit. I'm talking about we were talking about it all. Okay, we were talking about it all, Jack. And then from January to May, we did a character education film series where I showed them movies like Lean on Me, Pursuit of Happiness, a movie called Simon Birch. A lot of folks don't know nothing about that one. And I would not just show the films, I would stop the fucking films and so we can talk about them. You know what I'm saying? So I can make sure they were gaining the lessons from the films that I wanted them to gain. You feel me? And again, real shit now. These kids will share with your ass if you just open up and be real with them now. Okay? So these were freshmen and sophomores, and they had already been through a lot of shit. I had already been through a lot of shit in my life. I was in my mid-20s, you know what I'm saying? And we want it. Hell, I think I even took a day that year to partly teach some of the English curriculum because my students' writing was so damn bad that I was just trying to do every goddamn thing up in that bitch for $32,000. You feel me? While I had partners popping down that bitch making 50, 60 off top, fresh out of school, you know, didn't really try hard in school like that for real. But hey, they chose the right professions. That's what Gen Z knows. And they know that ain't right. It ain't right. So as I've said before, and I'm gonna say it again and again and again until it fucking happens. Pay teachers 100 grand. Pay teachers 100 grand. If you want more teachers, pay like you want more teachers. If you want highly motivated, highly intelligent, very knowledgeable people who have empathy, who are tough, who are tough, who are well organized and willing to go above and beyond to help people, you need to pay those kind of people, because those kind of people exist. Those kind of people exist. But guess what they do? They become doctors. They become doctors. Why? Because if you are a motherfucker who has all the traits I just mentioned, and you got to do all that schooling, you want to get paid for your talent and your hard work. Being a doctor, especially like a surgeon or some shit like that, that shit is hard, Jack. You got somebody's life in your hand and you make one false move and shit like this, you might kill this person. That's stressful. Long hours. I've had surgery. I had a back surgery, spinal fusion. They tell me my shit took 7 hours. That means that man had to be laser focused on his job for 7 straight hours. Otherwise, that motherfucker would have paralyzed me. You might say, damn, who would want to do that shit? A motherfucker who is getting that money? That's who would want to do it. A motherfucker who getting that money. So let's stop playing. Shit. Stop playing and start paying. This ain't rocket science. Pay these people. And you might say, well, first, how they gonna pay them? God damn it, I spelled this shit out. I got a whole formal ass video. I mean, I put my damn shirt and tie on and everything, goddamn it. I don't like my lighting in it. I should have done my lighting better. You feel me? But I got a whole shirt and tie on and everything. I'm talking very calmly. I put some marketing dollars on it, not thinking it was gonna make me any money. I just wanted to go viral to change this country. And I told y'all what to do. I told you how this can be done. All you gotta do is take some of this damn money out of the defense budget and use that to pay teachers 100 grand. Let that be the motherfucking starting spot though. Like, adjust for cost of living in various states, because 100 grand here in Mississippi is different from 100 grand in New York. Okay. But the starting line needs to be 100 grand nationally. Okay. And adjust up based on cost of living. And the money's in the defense budget, because this is a national security crisis. The fact that we have a shortage of teachers like this. Hold on. Let me find that data in this bitch that lets you know how fucked up this shit is. This is very telling here. Look at this shit now. It says data from the Southern Regional Education Board shows that in 15 southern states, 23% fewer teachers, 23% fewer teachers completed education preparation in 2022 than in 2013. That percentage equates to more than 16,000 fewer teacher candidates in 2022 compared to 2013. 16,000 fewer teachers. That's fucking crazy. That's crazy. It says schools in southern states statistically face more financial challenges. Schools with high percentages of students of color, such as those in the South, are also statistically more likely to have teacher vacancies. Come on, man. Come on, man. This shit is a motherfucking crisis. A crisis. A national security crisis. You feel me? Because if we fall behind, or continue to fall behind academically, we're gonna fall behind mathematically and scientifically. We fall behind in those things. We're gonna fall behind economically. When we fall behind economically, we're going to fall behind militarily. And when we do that shit, oh, them Chinese going to rule the world, Jack. You better believe it. You better believe it. They outnumber us already. It's over 1 billion of them motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So they already got the numbers. They just trying to get the money up. They trying to get the money up and get the military up. Then they'll be like, yeah, y'all can't fuck with us. What's up? Y'all were talking all that shit. What's up now? So this is a national security crisis that needs to be solved. It can be solved easily by pulling money out of that defense budget. Also, bring private enterprise in and allow them to sponsor teachers. You know what I'm saying? Shit. I was a dope ass motherfucker. You know what? My students loved me. You feel me? Like in my class, especially my U.S. history classes, everybody ain't gonna pay attention, of course. You know what I'm saying? That's why I also say let these students declare a major in high school. You feel me? But I'm focused on the pay. I want to say laser focus on the pay. Okay. But even with some students not liking the material, most of my students were gonna pay attention. Even if they didn't like the material, they liked me. So imagine if I was sponsored by Nike, and every day they knew Coke was gonna come up in that bitch with the some new J's on, or the new Nike fit and shit like that. You know, I'm advertising for Nike. This ain't nothing that's outlandish because we see companies do this shit all the time. We see that. Where they have motherfuckers endorsing shit, or they sponsor certain people because they know, hey, this person, people pay attention to this person. So by people paying attention to this person, they're gonna pay attention to our product. Hell, I would give a lecture every damn day. That lecture could have been sponsored by Coca-Cola. That lecture could have been sponsored by PlayStation, since I was teaching teenagers and they like the game. The lesson could have been sponsored by Call of Duty. I'm a history teacher. We had to talk about war. You feel me? The shit could have been paid. They could have been supplementing my salary to make up for what the state wasn't giving me. You feel me? But instead, I left the profession because those motherfuckers were not paying me enough to deal with all the shit I was dealing with. They weren't. So come on, man. Stop playing. Stop playing and start paying. Pay teachers 100 grand. If you're serious about ending the teacher shortage in America, if you're serious about making sure that America stays on top, that China does not surpass us as the world superpower. If you're serious about it, pay teachers 100 grand so we can get the best and absolute brightest in this bitch to help our children. We say we love our children. We say our children are our treasures. But then we don't want to pay to protect our treasures. These teachers are protecting our children. When we drop our kids off, these teachers got hold of our kids from 8 to 3. Like, wouldn't you want the best, most empathetic, most on top of their damn game people up in that bitch doing that? Come on, man. To get those kind of people, you gotta fucking pay them. So pay teachers 100 grand. Put it on something. You watch the content, you enjoyed the content. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And while you're at it, go ahead and become a channel member so you can get exclusive content and a free statement tee shared only with the realest ones.